The 6-engine Heavy, the only 6-engine icon on all of Flightradar. It represents exactly one aircraft, the Antonov AN-225. Built in the 1980s as a stretched derivative of the 4-engine AN-124, the AN-225 added 2 extra turbofans to carry the Soviet Buran spaceplane on its back. It was consistently the single most tracked aircraft on the platform. Whenever it moved, thousands of people watched. However, that all came to an end when the AN-225 was destroyed on February 27, 2022, at the start of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The Super 4-engine jet, the largest aircraft silhouette on the map. This is the Airbus A380, the world's biggest passenger aircraft. It entered service in 2007, and in an all-economy layout, it seats 853 passengers, though most airlines configure it for 400 to 550. The A380 earns its own icon because of the full-length upper deck. No other commercial aircraft has that double-decker profile. The large 4-engine jet. This one belongs exclusively to the Boeing 747 family. The icon reflects the 747's distinctive wing kink and upper deck hump that separates it from all other 4-engine jets. The original jumbo jet entered service in 1970 and revolutionized air travel. Freighter variants like the 747-400F and 747-8F share the same icon. Flightradar24 assigns icons by airframe shape, not by role, so there is no separate cargo icon for conventional freighters. The Heavy twin-engine jet. This icon belongs to the Boeing 777 family. It first flew in 1994 and quickly became one of the most successful wide-body aircraft ever built. The 777-300ER is a long-haul workhorse with a range exceeding 13,000 kilometers. Its GE90 engines are the largest jet engines in the world on the -200LR and -300ER variants. Each nacelle is wide enough for a person to stand inside. The 777 has a perfectly circular fuselage cross-section. Both are distinguishing features that separate it visually from other wide bodies. The medium 4-engine jet. 4-engine jets that are not the 747 or A380. The Airbus A340 is the most common modern type here. The Ilyushin Il-96, Russia's long-range wide-body, also falls in this category. Older types sharing this icon include the Boeing 707, which launched the jet age for Boeing in 1958, and the Douglas DC-8, its direct competitor from the same era. The most common 707 variant still flying is actually the KC-135 Stratotanker, the U.S. Air Force's aerial refueling aircraft with over 400 built. The medium twin-engine wide-body. This covers the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, Airbus A350, Airbus A330, and the Boeing 767. The 767, though aging, still serves as both a passenger aircraft and a freighter. The trijet. 3 engines, 2 under the wings, 1 in the tail. This configuration was popular in the 1970s and 80s, but is now nearly extinct. It existed because early ETOPS rules restricted how far twin-engine aircraft could fly from diversion airports. The McDonnell Douglas DC-10 entered service in 1971. Its successor, the MD-11, stretched the fuselage and improved efficiency. The passenger MD-11 is retired, but the MD-11F freighter remains active with FedEx Express. UPS operated 26 units until the 4th of November 2025, when UPS Flight 2976 lost its left engine during takeoff from Louisville and crashed into an industrial area. The Lockheed L-1011 TriStar was the DC-10's direct competitor. It was renowned for its advanced avionics, but Lockheed's financial problems limited production, and it left mainline service by 2001. The Super Transporter, that whale-shaped silhouette which looks like Megamind, is the Airbus Beluga family. The original Beluga, based on the A300 airframe, was purpose-built to carry aircraft sections like the wings, fuselage, and tail assemblies between Airbus factories spread across Europe. 5 were built starting in 1995. The Beluga XL, based on the A330-200, offers 30% more cargo volume and entered service in 2020. The medium narrow-body twinjet, a long, slim fuselage. The Boeing 757 is the primary type here. It was designed for medium to long-haul routes with a lower passenger demand, and its range made it a key aircraft for transatlantic crossings. The Russian Tupolev Tu-204 and Tu-214 share this icon due to similar proportions. The narrow-body twinjet. This icon belongs to the Boeing 737, the best-selling commercial jet in history. Over 11,000 delivered. The family spans 4 generations: the original, the classic, the next generation, and the MAX. It has been in continuous production since 1967. This is probably the most frequently seen icon on the entire platform. The second variant of the narrow-body twinjet. This one belongs to the Airbus A320. It first entered service in 1988 as the first commercial aircraft with fly-by-wire controls. The family has received over 17,000 orders. The A320neo, launched in 2016, added new engines and sharklet wingtip devices. The A321XLR extended the family's range into territory traditionally held by wide-bodies. On Flightradar24, this icon is distinct from the 737. The proportions are subtly different, reflecting the A320's wider fuselage cross-section. The four-engine jet, a broad category. The Antonov AN-124 falls here, the world's largest military transport still in regular service. The BAE-146, a high-wing T-tail regional jet nicknamed the Whisper Jet for its quiet operation, was designed for short runways and noise-sensitive airports like London City. The Boeing C-17 Globemaster III and the Soviet-era Ilyushin IL-76 also use this icon. The regional T-tail, small jets with rear-mounted engines and a T-tail. This category is broader than most users expect. The Boeing 727, a trijet with 3 engines clustered at the rear, maps to the silhouette rather than the wide-body trijet icon. The Boeing 717, the last Douglas Heritage airliner, also falls under this icon. The Bombardier CRJ family and Embraer ERJ-135 and ERJ-145 are the core regional jets in this group. The light narrow-body twin, smaller narrow-body jets with underwing engines. The Airbus A318 and A319, the 2 smallest A320 family members, land here instead of the full-size A320 icon because of their shorter fuselages. The Embraer E-Jet family is the most common type in this category. The E-175 dominates the U.S. regional market. Unlike the rear-engine CRJ, the E-Jets have conventional underwing engines and seat 70 to 146 passengers. The private jet, a small, sleek silhouette with rear-mounted engines. This covers everything from light jets to ultra-long-range business aircraft like the Gulfstream G650, Bombardier Global 7500, Cessna Citation, Dassault Falcon. The range within this single icon is enormous. The twin-piston, light twin-engine aircraft used for general aviation, flight training, and small charters. The Beechcraft Baron, Piper Seneca, Cessna 310, and the Beechcraft King Air turboprop also fall here. The single engine, the smallest fixed-wing icon. The Cessna 172 is the most produced aircraft in history, with over 44,000 built since 1956. This icon also covers the Cirrus SR-22, the Cessna 208 Caravan, and the Pilatus PC-12. These aircraft handle everything from flight training to bush flying and small cargo runs. They appear on Flightradar24 when equipped with ADS-B transponders. The glider, no engine, extremely long, thin wings. Gliders appear on Flightradar24 through FLARM data collected by the Open Glider Network. FLARM is a simpler collision avoidance system with a range of 20 to 100 kilometers, primarily found at glider airfields across Europe. Germany, France, and the United Kingdom are the sport's strongholds, most visible during soaring season in spring and summer. Users can filter for them using the aircraft type code GLID. The fighter jet, a delta wing or swept wing military shape. F-16S, Eurofighter Typhoons, and FA-18S, though military aircraft only appear on flight radar when their transponders are active, typically during training flights, air shows, or transit. During combat operations, they go dark. The helicopter, everything from a Robinson R-44 to a Sikorsky S-92 used for offshore oil rig transport. Airbus H-135 and H-145 helicopters serve as air ambulances across Europe and North America. Law enforcement, news crews, and VIP charters all share this one icon. Helicopter traffic is most visible around major cities, hospitals, and offshore platforms. The drone, unmanned aerial vehicles. This category ranges from commercial drones to large military platforms like the MQ-9 Reaper and the RQ-4 Global Hawk when they broadcast ADS-B data. The Air White Whale W5000, one of the world's largest cargo drones at 10.8 tons maximum takeoff weight, has appeared on the platform. The solar-powered plane. Flightradar24 actually created this icon specifically for the Solar Impulse 2 during its round-the-world flight in 2015. The aircraft has a 72-meter wingspan, wider than a 747, but weighs only 2,300 kilograms, about the weight of a family car. Over 17,000 solar cells powered it. It completed the first solar-powered circumnavigation of the Earth in 2016. Santa's sleigh. Tracked every Christmas Eve. The call sign is Red Nose. Registration, Ho Ho Ho, and its ICAO type code reads sleigh. It cruises at 60,000 feet and approximately 900 knots. Flightradar24 has tracked Santa since at least 2013. The hot air balloon. Traditional hot air balloons equipped with ADS-B transponders show up on Flightradar24 under the ICAO type code BAL. They are most visible during balloon festivals and in popular ballooning regions, like Cappadocia, Turkey, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. The International Space Station. It orbits 410 kilometers above the Earth, far higher than anything else on the platform. One full lap takes 92 minutes at 27,600 kilometers per hour. It has been continuously occupied since November 2000 and remains the largest artificial object in orbit, though NASA plans to deorbit it around 2030. The Concorde, the supersonic delta-wing silhouette. The Concorde flew at Mach 2.04, over twice the speed of sound, and crossed the Atlantic in under 3.5 hours. It entered commercial service in 1976 with British Airways and Air France. Only 20 were ever built. However, it was retired in 2003 after Air France Flight 4590 crashed in 2000, as well as declining passenger numbers and high operating costs. But in 2025, a Concorde appeared on Flightradar24 departing Paris Charles de Gaulle, bound for New York JFK. Minutes later, a second one showed up, British Airways heading from Heathrow to JFK. Over 50,000 people were tracking them live before anyone checked the calendar. The traffic spike briefly crashed the website. Flightradar24 pulled off one of the biggest April Fool stunts in aviation internet history. And finally, the icon colors. Yellow means terrestrial ADS-B tracking, blue means satellite tracked, orange indicates FAA data on a 5-minute delay, and red highlights a selected aircraft or one squawking an emergency code. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and suggest new video ideas in the comment section.